Listen up. Before we begin this masterpiece, we're all current or former law enforcement officers. We've seen our share of humanity. But if you came here thinking we give a shit about your feelings, you are sadly mistaken. So if you're a snowflake, we'll give you just a minute to turn this mother off, all right? Now, for the non-pussified. This is the midweek news show of the Motor Cop Chronicles podcast. The only place where you'll find unfiltered, unedited, and raw discussions about law enforcement, crime, and everything in between. We love discussing the good, the bad, and the downright bizarre stories involving cops and criminals. So get ready for some raw comedy blended with our unapologetic opinions. We're diving deep into the headlines, breaking down the latest news about our brothers and sisters in blue and the criminals they deal with. You'll be laughing 1 minute and shaking your head the next. It's funny and maddening, all at the same time, just like the world of law enforcement. This is the midweek news show of the Motor Cop Chronicles podcast. And here are your hosts, the Iceman, with co-hosts Holstera and Freebird.
Welcome, everybody. I'm here by myself tonight. Ain't about to say nothing. Freebird was going out to eat because, you know, he's a social butterfly. Holstera might still be sleeping. I don't know. I know they had unexpected death in his family, so he might be dealing with that. So you just got me tonight. That's it. What's up, Stacy? Greg? Sailor? Hope everybody's doing all right. It's not quite midweek. I had there was 6 18-wheelers that decided to play bumper cars yesterday. An hour before I was supposed to get off, and on the interstate, and it turned it into a clusterfuck from hell. So I didn't even get home till 7 o'clock, a little after 7 last night. So just have to do it tonight. Yeah, it's not nice. I don't know where my thing went. Must have fell off somewhere around here. Yes, that is true. Better than not having none at all. So let's get the other stuff out of the way. If anybody wants any merchandise, I got the Etsy store back up and running. I had switched debit cards and never went and redid it. So it's back up. So if anybody wants any merchandise, you can go to the Etsy store, Motor Cop Chronicles Etsy store, and get your stuff there. Yeah, I'll be all right, Kelly. I want to worry about getting interrupted anyway, will I? So, and then if anybody wants to get any extra episodes, you can join the Patreon. Check that out. If not, I understand, because things are still tight. Speaking of our Patreons, we got Mr. Don Paulson, our full crew member. I did check. It looks like he got his mug. We got CHP Road Dog. We got Miss Stacy McClendon. Our hang around was Kelly Meyer, Jared Nitrous, Motor Cop for Life. Wow, they're scrolling the wrong way. Mr. William G. Bow from New York. Dan Carlson with Burley Boards. Y'all go check out them Burley Boards, handmade cutting boards. They're fantastic. Mr. Blake Walker, Roy Spalding, and Natasha from the state of Washington. Appreciate y'all helping pay some of the bills, keeping the lights on. Greg says he's got his pecan praline cream cheesecake ready to go. Oh, you got that? They are delicious. Roy P's here. No, you're not late. We just started. So, we don't want to forget Roy's Corner. Let's do a Roy S.'s Corner first. See what great information he's going to tell us.
Welcome to Roy's Did You Know Corner, where Roy will let us know something that is totally useless, and we will have information living in our minds, rent-free for no good reason at all. So shut the fuck up and listen to what Roy has to tell us. Did you know that it is bad on your liver and your bladder to hold your urine? So do like I do and wear adult diapers and just pee in your pants. Roy S. out.
Come on now, Roy. Is that good advice? I wouldn't wear it too long. You may get chapped. You have to get some of that Boudreaux's butt paste or something. Keep yourself from getting, I don't know, a rash or something. Don't do that. I added that last part. Roy S. really don't pee on himself. Well, I don't know if he does. I'm assuming he don't pee on himself. So we know Roy P. had a date last week with this lovely young lady. Right here. Y'all remember her? She was arrested for the cocaine. With Senator Roy P. He bonded her out. Took her out. Then he called in, let us know how it went. So let's see how Roy's date went.
Now listen, I should have known better the second my phone lit up with the Motor Cop crew group chat. When them boys call, it ain't because something good is about to happen to Roy P. I answer the phone and I hear laughter. Not just chuckling either. The kind of wheezing, crying laughter that means somebody is about to ruin my evening. Roy, Iceman says between laughs, we got you a date. That should have been my first red flag. He sends me the booking photo, and Lord have mercy, this woman had 2 nose rings, 1 in each nostril, and then for reasons I still don't understand, she had another ring right in her cheek, like someone hung a curtain rod off her face. Looked like you could clip a carabiner to her and tow a boat. Hair was half purple, half something that might have once been blonde, but now looked like a mop that lost a fight with a grease trap. Charges? Possession of cocaine. Now, the Motor Cop crew knows I have a weakness for a rehabilitation opportunity, so next thing I know, I'm standing down at the jail, bonding this woman out while the deputies behind the glass are trying not to laugh. She comes walking out, and the first thing I notice is the cheek ring jingling when she talks, like a wind chime. Hey, boo, she says, giving me a hug that smelled like Marlboro Reds, cheap body spray, and decisions that ruin your credit score. I said, ma'am, is that thing in your cheek medical? She says, nah, it's fashion. Fashion? It looked like somebody installed a door knocker on her face. Anyway, we get in my car. Immediately, she starts digging through my glove box like a raccoon, looking for shiny objects. Roy, you got snacks? Now I had a pack of crackers in there. Next thing I know, she's eating them like a wood chipper while telling me about how the cops planted the cocaine. According to her, she had never even seen cocaine before. Meanwhile, when she sneezed, a little white dust puffed off her shirt like powdered sugar. We stop to get food, and she orders 4 tacos, 2 burritos, and a large drink, then looks at me and says, you paying right? I'm already $800 deep in this rescue mission, so at this point, I'm just riding the wave of poor life choices. Now, the real cringe started when she leaned over in the booth and the cheek ring got caught on the basket of chips. I mean, hooked. When she leaned back, the whole basket came with her like she was reeling in a fish. Chips went everywhere. Waitress standing there looking horrified. She goes, dang, Roy, my face jewelry done snagged. I'm sitting there wondering if I can legally rebook somebody I just bonded out. Then halfway through dinner, she looks me dead in the eyes and says, you seem like a good man, Roy. Did you ever try cocaine? I nearly swallowed my straw. I said, ma'am, the only powder I mess with is donut shop powdered sugar. She shrugged and said, suit yourself. The ride home got even worse. She started rapping loudly, offbeat, while the cheek ring kept clicking against her teeth like a loose trailer hitch. At one point, she tried to kiss me goodnight, and that cheek ring scraped my ear. Sounded like somebody sharpening a knife. I dropped her off and peeled out of there like I just escaped a hostage situation. 5 minutes later, my phone dings. Motor Cop crew group chat. Iceman sends a message. So, Roy, how was your cocaine queen? I type back, boys, if y'all call me for another date, I'm bonding you out next time. And I swear on my PT Cruiser, I can still hear that cheek ring jingling in my nightmares.
Well, sounds like she tried to give Roy a little bit of loving, but I guess he didn't want it. Stacy, remind me never to eat donuts for you. Stacy says she always powders her donuts with cocaine so nobody knows until they eat one. They say cocaine's supposed to enhance your personality. I will never use it because if I'm an asshole, I'm just going to be a bigger asshole, I guess, after taking cocaine. So that wasn't that bad. At least she didn't roofie him or nothing like that. We have 3 more contestants for this week, of course. We got number 1, this lovely young lady right here. She's gonna be 5'3", 200 pounds, 38 years old. She was arrested for malfeasance in office and sexual misconduct. Yes, we are back on Facebook, JoJo. So we got her right here. Then we got number 2. This lovely young lady is 4'11", 121 pounds, and 28 years old. And she is in jail for unknown charges. But she looks happy about it. Got the little neck tattoo going on, all fashionable. Then we got number 3. This lovely young lady is 5'6", 190 pounds, 33 years old. She was also arrested for malfeasance in office. So we got number 1, malfeasance and sexual misconduct. Number 2, we don't know why she's in jail, but she's happy. Or number 3, another malfeasance. Put your votes in. Who's Roy going out with? 1, 2, or 3? Yeah, well, when I have the information, I put them out. I put the stats out. Just nice to know sometimes, So, I'm voting for number 1. That's my vote. We got 2 for number 3. We got 1 for number 1, which is me. Why they're all in pink? Because they're all in the same jail. I used the same prison photo. That's why they're all in pink. The girls at this jail wear pink. Number 1, yeah. I don't think, none of these people are illegal aliens. They're all 100% American. That's what it is. Right now we're tied up. 2 for 1 and 2 for 3. Poor number 2 don't have none. Ding dong, ding dong. Yeah. All right, so we're all tied up all across the board then. So we're tied up. We need a tie-breaking vote. Who's going to be the tie-breaking vote? 1, 2, or 3. It's like bingo. Not really. We don't have any letters involved in there. So, tick-tock, tick-tock. No more? No more votes? They're going to make me have to choose one because I can't do a date with all 3. that would take too long. Oh, G Boner's going for number 2. Number 2's in the lead. You might luck out. Because number 1 might almost outweigh Roy. And we got the O. Now we tied up 2 and 3 again. What up, Aaron? Give us a vote real quick. We got number 1, malfeasance and sexual misconduct. Number 2, we don't know. And number 3 is malfeasance. A bachelor weekend. Number 2. Number 2 is in the lead. No, it ain't no fun if we have a bachelor weekend. All right, well, we're just going to go with number 2 so we can move on. So, not where I thought it would go with it, but hey, you lucked out, Roy. The other 2 might have smushed you. So, this lovely young lady, I think it says I don't know, it looks like 1990 something on her neck or something like that. So, I don't know. Maybe it's her date. Maybe that's what year she was born in and she don't want to forget or something like that. Who knows? But that's going to be Roy's day. I'll come back next week and hear what happens to Roy on that date there. Maybe he'll get lucky. His wiener has healed. It's his butthole that needs to have plastic surgery on it, Greg. It's been stretched out. Yeah, she definitely looks like she's got some. JoJo said she got boobies. Didn't even look, to tell you the truth. But thanks for letting us know. This first story is it's a good story. It's a happy story. We are going to Florida because we don't have all kind of happy stories. But this is a happy story. So we're gonna play a little video in it. Some people may say you're a cold-hearted bastard, but well, maybe I am. But I still think this is a happy story. Let's see what y'all think.
Hey, how are you guys?
That's not it. That was from last week. If you missed it.
Widow says a 35-year wait is over. Billy Leon Kearse, the man convicted of gunning down 29-year-old Fort Pierce Police Sergeant Danny Parrish in 1991, has been executed. This marks Florida's 22nd execution in just over a year, shattering state records. Investigative reporter Kate Hussey witnessed the execution from inside the chamber. She joins us now outside Florida State Prison just hours after.
You're not getting it. There's a story. This man not this man. The bad guy got executed in Florida. They took him out. He's dead. He's not here no more. What's aggravating is it took him 35 fucking years to do it. He murdered this man up here who was a sergeant he was a law enforcement officer. He was a sergeant. Somehow he got his gun away from him and shot him like 14 times and killed him. And back in the 90s. So took them 30. I think they need to speed shit up on death row. Florida's doing a great job. They've already I think they executed like 22 people last year or something like that. They're clearing out their death row. They need to do more. We need to do that here in Louisiana. But yeah, so that's a good day.
Kearse was put to death.
Billy Leon Kearse was pronounced dead at 6:24 p.m. In his final moments, he looked up at a room full of witnesses and uttered his final words, asking Sergeant Danny Parrish's family for forgiveness. A solemn bell echoes outside Florida State Prison. Billy Leon Kearse's death sentence carried out after 3 decades.
We didn't win anything tonight. We basically lost another life. But we did win justice, and that's what this was about.
An emotional Mirtha Busbin stepped to the podium moments after witnessing the execution. It was her husband, prosecutors say Kearse shot 14 times and killed in 1991, 29-year-old Fort Pierce Police Sergeant Danny Parrish.
There was a struggle when Officer Parrish attempted to arrest this man for having no license and giving false names.
Standing behind Busbin, Parrish's fellow officers, brothers in blue who waited decades for this moment.
Terrible, to have your buddy shot down like that.
Hours earlier, witnesses, including myself, were shuttled to the execution chamber, where a subdued Kearse looked toward the victim's family and said, "I sincerely apologize for what I have done, and in turn, I pray my father would give me the strength to ask their forgiveness."
I do find peace in knowing that Mr. Kearse did apologize this evening prior to his departure, and that made me feel at peace that I can forgive him and move on.
Corrections officials say Kearse declined his last meal and met with a spiritual advisor. They say his execution, which lasted 24 minutes, was carried out normally.
There's no sides to the time frame. It varies inmate to inmate. The medical team followed the policy.
Yet just outside the prison gates,
we oppose Mr.
These people out here, these bunch of fucking lip-tards, all of these stupid motherfuckers out here. All sad. This man murdered this man. He'd have probably got a ticket. He had no driver's license, some other bullshit, and he ended up killing this man who was married, 20-something years old. Shot him 14 times. Now, he's dead now, but he got to live 35 years. That's longer than this man lived his entire life before he got his leg down. And these piece of shit motherfuckers are out here, oh, we don't want to kill him. We shouldn't do this, do that. Man, fuck all y'all. Fuck every one of these piece of shit motherfuckers.
His execution, as we do every execution.
Death penalty opponents held a vigil, calling for mercy.
He grew up in probably the most horrific circumstances.
All right, now we're going to make excuses. That's what these stupid motherfuckers do. They'll make excuses for everybody. I was just been in I don't want to say an argument, a discussion online because Christine Applegate is like bitching about her time now on like Married with Children. I was like, oh, it was just a sexual figure and all this and all that. And I made a comment. I said, well, she could have just quit. And somebody said, she had a contract. She couldn't quit. No, she could have fucking quit. It's called breaking a contract. But some of these fucking people, they will fucking, they would take up for a child rapist is the people like this. And the excuse, oh, well, he probably didn't have a good childhood. So, a lot of people don't have good childhoods that make decent people out in life. That's a choice.
Described as Kearse's execution marks Florida's 22nd in just over a year.
I've never seen an execution pace this extreme. The process is rushed.
But for Parrish's widow, who endured 35 years of appeals, this night was never about the man who killed her husband. It was about the man she loved and about justice, even if it came decades late.
I've had such a great support, and yet so many have passed on that aren't here to celebrate this. I knew I had to do this. This was a mission that had to be done. And like I said, it's not about winning and it's not about me. It was just about justice for Danny, and Danny deserved it.
In Rayford, Kate Hussey, WPTV News.
That execution is part of a record-breaking trend in Florida. We've been tracking the numbers. The state carried out 19 executions in 2025. That number surpasses Texas, Alabama, and South Carolina combined. Florida also leads the nation in death row exonerations, with 30 people sentenced to death later found innocent.
Tell me a news station ain't fucking, a lip-tard. 30 people. That was like a long time ago. Technology and stuff now. They 35 fucking years. They should have some appeals. I think anything after nothing should go over 8 years. We'll give them 8 years. If you can't fucking find shit within 8 years, fuck that. Take them out. This guy should have been dead a long time ago. We have people on fucking. We've had motherfuckers recently died on death row before they even got to kill him. Really? He's in prison so fucking long. He died on death row. We had a serial killer, Derek Todd Lee, died on death row. Convicted. Yeah, they rushing it. 35 years is rushing it? No, I don't think so. Yeah. Get a T-shirt from Florida. Went to Florida on vacation, ended up on death row. So this next one, this one was going to be for Freeburg. We're going to Ohio. There was a truck driver. We know Freeburg loves truck drivers. Hoppy's a exception. But this truck driver got in an argument at an IHOP or something, and shit went downhill from there. Downhill. So let's go see that video.
35-year wait is over. Billy Leon Kearse, the man convicted.
Chase involving a semi-truck and a police-involved shooting that left a driver hurt.
That chaotic chain of events playing out over the weekend in Springfield Township in Akron. Tonight, News 5's Bob Jones obtained some of the body camera video of all of this. Joins us now live tonight in Akron with more on what happened, Bob.
Well, it all happened here along East Market Street in Akron. This is actually where it ended. Police tell me that a semi-driver crashed into some cars in the street here and then crashed into a parking lot and hit some used cars over there. But the chaos all started in Springfield Township.
Shut off the truck!
Body camera video shows the encounter between Springfield Township officers and 34-year-old Jeffrey Latson from Georgia around 6 p.m. Saturday.
You're gonna get tased right now. Tase me! What the Turn off that truck!
Officers were called to the area after Latson reportedly got into a verbal fight with a woman who works at an IHOP. A customer.
I mean, was it a waitress? I mean, what's wrong? Was your pancake not cooked all the way through?
His family called 911.
Any weapons or anything?
Can't tell. Freaking out right now.
Police found him in a truck in the Walmart parking lot, and
shit.
2 officers jumped on the running board, trying to get Latson out of the semi. But Chief Jack Simone says Latson refused commands, and the scuffle escalated.
Turn off the truck! Oh, no! Don't, bro! No! You're gonna get shot! You're gonna get shot!
From another angle, you can see Officer Harold Britt still on the semi as the driver pulled away.
Personally, when he started driving off with me on the running board right there, I mean, I think he'd have been totally justified in putting bullets in him at that point because he's putting, your life in danger. Could kill you.
The officer fell off and broke a leg. He's home recovering now.
His spirits are good. He seems to be doing well. Our focus right now is obviously on our injured officer and their family.
As this ODOT video shows, Springfield Township Police chased the semi on I-77, but called off the pursuit, concerned about the safety of other drivers.
At that point, they can't predict what the driver, the semi-truck, would do or could do.
Investigators say at some point, Latson connected a trailer to the semi, and within 15 minutes there was another encounter with law enforcement, this time with Akron police and Summit County deputies.
This was a chaotic call. There was a lot of different jurisdictions involved in this.
Police say on East Market Street in Akron, Latson hit 2 Summit County cruisers and 2 citizens' cars before 3 officers, 2 from Akron and 1 deputy, fired their guns. Latson was shot and suffered non-life-threatening injuries, according to Akron police.
We understand that when we come to work every day, that these are the dangers that we face and that we are going to be forced at times to make split-second decisions to defend our lives and the public that we serve.
Akron police will release their body camera footage from the incident within a week. BCI is investigating the shooting. Chief Simone says after watching the videos from his officers and hearing about how the ordeal ended, he's relieved everyone survived.
I can only imagine it could be much, much worse.
And all of the officers involved in that shooting are now on paid leave. Today, Springfield Township Police charged that driver with several crimes, including aggravated menacing and felonious assault on an officer. We're told he is still in the hospital tonight. Live in Akron, Bob Jones, News 5.
Yeah, just wild, Bob. And aside from that broken leg, which is terrible, yes, thankfully that officer...
Well, unfortunately, bad guy survived. I mean, too bad they didn't put a bullet in his head. That one cop, when he started, like I said, when he started driving off with you on the vehicle right there, I think he totally justified in shooting him. I mean, the man did. I mean, he ended up with a broken leg. Could have been worse. Man, if he'd have fell and hit his head, he could have fractured his skull and died from that. He'd have been totally justified shooting him. If Freebird would have been here, we would still be hearing Freebird ranting about this truck driver right here. I can guarantee you that. We deal with a lot of these truck drivers doing that boot and stuff with them, and this don't surprise me. Not all of them, but a lot of them, they're just plumb fucking ignorant. So, felonious assault. Yeah, I guess it's a felony assault, not a misdemeanor assault. This next one, we are coming straight. Yeah, he would be a very angry bird. We're going to Baton Rouge in Louisiana. There was recently they had a gun discharge at a high school during school time. No one was hit, thank God. It was an accidental discharge where they said, we'll watch them out and then we'll talk about it.
A semi-truck and a police-involved shooting that left a driver.
Arrested 1 student after a gun went off inside of a classroom at Estruma High.
According to the advocate, school leaders said the student admitted to accidentally firing the gun minutes after he...
I will tell y'all, Estruma High is in the hood. Like deep in the hood.
Passed a metal detector. With increased attention to school security, we wanted to know how a gun got through security protocols. News 2's David Hamilton getting answers from the district.
Sylvia Michael, East Baton Rouge school leaders admit security broke down, allowing the gun to end up on the campus. Investigators spent the morning at Estruma High School piecing together the series of events that led to a gun going off in the middle of a classroom. Both the Baton Rouge Police and East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office responded to the scene just before 9 a.m. Officers say the bullet hit the ceiling and injured no one.
The weapon was found in a bathroom ceiling tile. It was then learned and discovered that there was 2 students in the class who perhaps were involved in hiding the weapon as well as bringing it to school.
Months ago, the East Baton Rouge School District installed new weapon detectors designed to use AI to show whether weapons may be located on a person or in a bag. Clearly, that didn't work on this day, leaving the big question, why and what allowed the gun to make it onto campus?
But there was perhaps a mistake or an error or a breakdown in how one of the adults on campus chose to thoroughly check the back.
Anyway, this is the... I'm going to
AI to show whether weapons...
Let me tell you how it happened, because that's come out. The kid was late for school. Came in tardy, I guess. Went through the detector thing. It went off the way it was supposed to. Some secretary or clerk or whatever they call her was at there. It goes off. He plays basketball, football, some kind of sport at the school. He's supposed to be one of the good kids, right? Well, she's like, oh, well, he's a good kid. I'm just going to let him go. She didn't check him after it went off. You just let him go in. That's how the gun got in. So you can put all the fancy technology you want up there. If you don't get off your fat fucking ass and do your job, it's not going to work. So that's how the gun got in. He had it shoved down in his crotch. From what the other article said is he was, I guess, it's uncomfortable, thugging with your gun in your pants. Went to adjust the gun. Gun fires. Unfortunately, he did not blow his dick off. But the gun fires, and I guess they freaked out when he hit the gun. The gun also, they did find, had a switch on it. So that's basically a machine gun now. So I know he got arrested, and the clerk was suspended, and the principal was suspended also. Personally, the woman, the clerk or secretary, whatever she was, she should be fired. Because I guarantee this ain't the first time that had happened. Her lazy ass should be fired. But that's how that happened. But you know what else is not surprising? It's Baton Rouge. We're not surprised. Especially in this area. It's a penis pistol. He's lucky he didn't blow his dick off. Well, unfortunately he didn't blow it off because now he can still infect the world with other little degenerates. Staying in Baton Rouge, we're going to talk about this happened not today. Today. This one happened today. No video. See this picture right here? Here we go. There's a 9mm. Got their little pretty paisleys on the gun, whatever. So we got to have our little pink gun. It looks like a 9mm. This gun was located. I'll pull up the story. In an elementary school. Very, very elementary school. The child, this gun was in a kindergartner. So was that like 5, 6 years old? A kindergartner's backpack. I don't know. I was thinking about that the other day, Bill. This was found in a kindergartner's backpack, like so a 5 or 6 year old. I say found. You said stories in Baton Rouge. A kindergartner brought a handgun to school. Her mom, I ain't got to read the whole thing. I'd read it. Her mom, for some reason, put the gun in this kid's backpack, supposedly in a side pocket or something like that. Why, I don't know. But the mom forgot to take it out, from what mom says. Mom has been arrested. The mom got arrested for this, which she should be. But the mom put this gun in this kid's backpack. I don't know if she just to carry it to the car and take it out or what. I mean, why put it in the kid's? I mean, you don't have a purse or something. But she forgot to take it out. The little girl is at school, realizes that the gun is still in her backpack. So what does the little girl do? She does the responsible thing. This little girl does the right thing. She goes and brings it to the teacher or whatever and turns it in saying, hey, my mom left this gun in my backpack. They take it out. They secure it. Nobody's hurt. Okay. Of course, they call the police, do all that stuff, and the mom is arrested, which she should be. Because that's some irresponsible gun ownership right there. Big time. What I have a problem with this is the school says they have a zero tolerance and that this child will be properly disciplined, which means they're probably going to expel this kid from school. Hold on a minute. See, that's where I have an issue with the zero tolerance bullshit. This child did not put this gun in her own backpack. Her mama did. She's 5 or 6 years old. She's in kindergarten. When she realized the gun was still in there, she did the grown-up and responsible thing and went and turned it in. Now, you're going to kick this kid out of school for doing the right thing. So guess what, school people in Baton Rouge? That's the stupidest shit ever, because from now on, if you do this to this child, you know what she's going to remember? I did the right thing and I was punished for it. So guess what she's never going to do again? That's right. She's not going to do the right thing ever again. Why should she? She's going to get punished for doing what she should have done. Instead of disciplining this child, you should be praising this child, saying how good of a job she did. She didn't put the gun in there. She didn't bring this gun to school on purpose for anything. Her mama put this gun in there. And she still had the common sense to go turn it in. I hope they put some more out on this. I want to know, because this child don't deserve any discipline. She deserves a pat on the back. Hopefully mom gets some time. Yeah. Running it for responsible gun. William Gibo asked me why I stopped doing the thing for the fallen officers. I stopped doing it. I don't know. It's kind of hard on me, but I thinking about it actually the other day about starting doing it again and just bite the bullet and bear it. So might start doing it again. Maybe I'll do one this weekend, start it up again. I was thinking about it myself because I know I had stopped. So, what do we have next? Okay. Staying in the Baton Rouge area, we may recognize some of these pictures coming up. This lady here, we recognize her, right? These two pictures. This lady here, from Roy P's Dating Aspects, she was she got arrested for malfeasance in office and sexual misconduct. This lady was not just a correctional officer. She was a major. She held the rank of major, not sergeant, not lieutenant, not captain, major. She was over a whole lot of people. This woman had a sexual relationship with an inmate and had twin babies by this inmate. You heard me right. That's why I just paused. Twin babies by an inmate. Guess what much time this inmate had? He wasn't in there just for drugs or nothing like that. This motherfucker got life in prison. You're supposed to be a professional. You're over all kind of people as a supervisor, as a major. Probably over a whole unit usually as a major, if I remember correctly from my time I worked over there. You're over a whole unit. And you're fucking an inmate and getting pregnant. What kind of hiring procedures they doing now? That's why people hate on me. I'll tell you, I've heard people said nasty things to me, which I don't care. But because I'll say it, I'm going to say it again. Women should not work in male prisons around males. Period. Men cannot be unsupervised working around females. It should be the same way. Because as much as we're seeing of this shit, obviously you got some thirsty bitches that can't keep their vaginas from snacking on cock all the time. I mean, of course, you can see her. I mean, right here. I mean, she's not an attractive woman. I mean, she's kind of, I think she's kind of fat and stuff. She ain't very attractive. But you got pregnant by an inmate. Had twin babies by an inmate. That's never going to get. It's going to die in prison. You're in charge of a whole unit. And this is what you do? Don't blame it on all. I'm not blaming it on all, JoJo. I'm just saying the amount, when you see bad stuff coming out of prisons with stuff like this, it's 99% of the time it's always female guards. All the time. But I think she was a whole major. She wasn't just a regular. I'm talking, she probably had close to 100 people that worked under her, of just free people, not inmates included. It's crazy. Looks like she gets around. She's not attractive. I guess. I mean, come on. I mean, you gonna fucking inmates, but they got life in prison? Really? We'll skip over. I'm going to come back to it. But then we had this woman right here. We recognize her. She was on the dating list too. Right here. That lady. Yeah. She was a lieutenant at the same prison, Elaine Hunt Correctional Center. A lieutenant. Malfeasance in the office. She's a supervisor. So what did she do? Well, yeah, she didn't get caught fucking, which I wouldn't doubt if she was. But they had an inmate that had a cell phone, which that's against the rules. That's contraband. Inmates can't have their own personal cell phone. She knew he had the cell phone and allowed him to keep it. Me personally, first thing is like, okay, you allowed it. He was probably calling her. This was this week also. Major and lieutenant in 1 week. 2 of them in 1 week. I ain't gonna tell you how many people on the weekends they've been busting 5 to 6 people every weekend, trying to bring that's got weed on them, trying to go into a state prison. How's the shit getting in so easy? They want to know because they've been doing all kinds of stuff. They've had a whole bunch of ODs and all that stuff because of people like this. They need to do way better. I made a comment saying they need to work on their hiring procedures. People's like, well, people don't want to work there. I used to work there over 30 years ago when I was much younger. That's where I started at. Was at Elaine Hunt Correctional Center. I'll tell you why I quit. I quit, but I didn't stay there, and I quit because I got to the point where I could trust the inmates more than the fucking guards that I was working with, because them guards would stab you in the back before the inmate would. They need to do better. Like I said, stop putting women in charge of men, because these men, they gonna find some ugly woman that's got low self-esteem and start putting the moves on her, being all slick and stuff, or sitting there, rubbing his dick in the shower while he's taking a shower because they watching him in the shower and stuff. Yeah. Make him feel all beautiful and stuff. And they're stupid and fall for it. This one right here. This woman right here. Not a prison guard. Right here. She got arrested by Luke's Parish Sheriff's Office. There's a open air mall. It's got an academy sports place in it. And for some reason, these people love coming out of Baton Rouge and fucking shoplifting over there. It says a woman wanted for now. She shoplifting is usually a couple $100, okay? You got to hit a certain amount. Like it's right under 1,000, I think, for a big felony. This bitch was shoplifting enough shit to catch a felony, okay? She was arrested for felony theft. She shoplifted enough shit for felony theft. Then she tried to run from them in her car in the parking lot, and they got in a short pursuit. Her name is Sharika Morrison, 31. She was traveling in a gray Honda SUV. She led on a brief vehicle chase in the parking lot. They said she was in possession of stolen items from Academy. Officials said she also stole from Carter's Supermarket and other outlets in Baton Rouge. She was booked into the Livingston Parish Detention Center. She stole enough shit from Academy to catch a felony. She sounded like she was on a spree. She probably did this every week. She finally got caught. Well, a lot of times Baton Rouge, a lot of times these businesses don't even want to press charges. They call in. Had this from experience. They'll call in. So-and-so was a shoplifter. I had one, a while back, we got a shoplifter. Well, we actually found them and caught them. Bring them back now to people over there that don't want to press charges. It's like, well, why did you call and waste our time? I tracked these people down and arrest them, and you're going to not want to press charge. You don't want to pursue charges. Then don't fucking call. Because people don't want to go to court. That's why. Yeah, they kind of sag you a little bit. William G. says she needs a better bra. Caught a felony. Felony shoplifting. You know how much shit that's got to be to catch a felony shoplifting? It's a lot. This next one, which state we're going to? I'm sure it'll tell us. We're going to watch a video. We're going to talk about a nurse. But it's still going to be involving law enforcement with this nurse. I know it's correctional officer, dude. I'm just saying. I know they're correctional officers. These are not officers if they're doing stupid shit like that. They don't deserve the title of officer. Let's talk about his nurse.
After a gun went off inside of a classroom at Estruma High.
And a Reedstown nurse has been sentenced to prison after having sexual relations with a patient. Melissa Knudsen pleaded guilty to misconduct in public office and obstruction of an officer. Knudsen was sentenced to 18 months and 180 days in prison with an additional 2 years of extended supervision. According to the Monroe County District Attorney's Office, Knudsen was a nurse in Monroe County working with a drug court participant.
Okay, she was a nurse. And they say working with a drug court participant. That means she wasn't working in a hospital. She worked with the court system. Because if you don't know what drug court is, most parishes, counties have them. It's like if you get arrested for, some drugs, misdemeanors, or sometimes felony, they'll let you go to the drug court thing. And it's very strict. It's not easy to graduate. The fail rate's very high in them because it's very difficult. But if you make it through this drug court, they'll expunge your record or something like that. So obviously she's a nurse. She probably did drug tests and stuff like that and ended up screwing one of the criminals. Go figure.
She repeatedly engaged in sexual actions with that participant. Those actions reported, but Knudsen then claimed that the patient had sexually assaulted her. She later admitted that she lied about that sex.
Then when she got busted, she lied and said that the dude raped her. Melissa Knudsen. You're right, JJ. It says hot nuts, get nuts, good. Yeah, I mean she's living up to her name. Then she lied about it and said this guy sexually assaulted her. Thank God they found out she was lying. If not, this dude could have went to prison for a long time because she was trying to cover her own ass.
Assault to avoid consequences of her actions. Judge Paul Curran at sentencing called Knudsen an embarrassment to nurses everywhere.
Judge said the case silent. Knudsen. Melissa Knudsen. Anyway, another one screwing criminals. Is there not enough free men out there, non-felons, or people not in prison? Maybe they did their time and got their shit together. Why you keep fucking all the inmates? Stop. I mean, I do enjoy that show Love After Lockup, but these bitches take it a little far. Yes, I worked. I had a thing a long time ago. This woman was lying about a dude that raped her, and thank God the ADA at the time looked into it hard enough and couldn't find out the bitch was lying. And because if not, this dude would have got like 30 years in prison because it was bad, and she was lying because she was mad because they broke up. For all these teenage boys, you see a lot of them. They're dating some 15, 16-year-old girl, and they're 19 or 20. And it's not that big of an age gap, but it's illegal. And they don't realize all it takes is just for some woman. That's why you got to be careful all the time. But all a woman has to basically say that you raped her or something like that. Now you got to prove the difference. I hope you can prove it. This next story should piss you off. This next story is they have three or four juveniles. I think the youngest one's 12 to 15, I think they are. They're all being charged as adults. These children are being charged as adults. That's not what should piss you off. What they did should piss you off. And then how some of these parents are acting should really piss you off, and it'll kind of, to me, explains why the kids are the way they are. So let's jump into it.
Has been sentenced to prison after having sexual.
The details are disturbing. Very disturbing.
Disturbing. I think horrific is a better word. Unthinkable? Regardless, you get the point. Because of its disturbing nature, this was a story I wasn't going to go anywhere close to, but then something happened that propelled me into it. Before we get to that, let's hear what these 14, 13, and 12-year-old boys allegedly did.
Charges. 14, 13, and 12. You know it's serious when they when they just put their pictures up. Children this young, 13, 14, and 12, and they put their pictures up. You know it's some serious charges, right?
That propelled me into it. Before we get to that, let's hear what these 14, 13, and 12-year-old boys allegedly did to a 12-year-old girl.
You know what? We're going to grab her. We're going to pull her over to the sofa in between this building, and you two are going to hold her hands while I take off her pants, her panties, and have sex with her. And not only that, but she's screaming for help.
The girl told detectives they stopped after they heard her father calling her name. The report also says another young person was with the group of boys and told detectives he did not participate or say anything because he was afraid of, quote, getting beat up.
All three boys are now charged criminally as adults.
Sir, you were arrested on serious...
We're looking at forcible rape here. Holding her down to rape this little girl. 12. She's 12.
Actually, you were indicted by a grand jury.
Two of the boys were in court facing serious charges.
So you're 12 years old?
Yes, Your Honor. This is a very complicated matter.
And complicated.
So what forced my hand on this gruesome story? It was the family members of the suspects. First, the woman who is purportedly the auntie.
You been talking about you wanted to do this to me. You finna...
Now, listen to this. Listen to this cunt right here. This is one of them's aunt. Auntie, however you want to fucking say it. It's an aunt. Listen to this cunt right here. Now you want to know why these kids grow up the way they are when you're around family people like this.
The auntie.
You been talking about you wanted to do this to me. You finna, do me like this. So I guess he got aggressive with her, and she was like, oh, no, I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna sleep with all of y'all. I'm only sleeping with him. So I guess whatever happened, while they was running the train on her.
I remind you, we're talking about a 12-year-old.
Your daughter ain't telling the truth.
This bitch, this victim, this 12-year-old little girl, she's talking about a 12-year-old girl like this. And why they running the train on you? I mean, the fuck is wrong with this woman?
only pressing charges because you forcing her to press charges. Your daughter was never a virgin before she got touched.
I'm sorry you had to see that. Let's see what the father of one of the suspects had to say to the news.
This is a 12-year-old boy we're talking about. We're going to leave him in jail and put a life charge on a young man, a young black man.
Why does it matter what fucking color this kid is? Fucking tried to rape a 12-year-old girl, rape her. And he's 12. What kind of animals he gonna grow up in and be? Young black man. What the fuck? I don't care if he's purple.
Sorry, bud. I don't think the race card is going to work on this one.
I was visiting Miami. It was with the wrong two kids, a 15 and a 14-year-old. My son is 12 years old and has a father that takes care of him. These allegations are...
Obviously, the father didn't teach him fucking very well, or he would know rape was wrong. So blame yourself, because you're not raising him very well.
The victim says his son Josiah held her down and put rocks in her mouth to stop her from screaming for help.
I haven't spoken to my son since he's been incarcerated. Everybody's plastering my son on Facebook, Instagram, on every media, and making him out to be a person that he isn't. This is a 12.
Sir, your child is not a victim in this situation. He put rocks in his girl's mouth trying to make her shut up. Put rocks in her mouth trying to make her shut up. And you think he's the fucking victim. Now we know. This piece part of the fucking issue right here. This motherfucker.
Old boy that get good grades, goes to school every day. You understand me? He is not the child y'all making him out to be.
It's not true.
The boys are pleading not guilty. Anything's possible, I suppose, but the mother of the victim is confident they're guilty.
At the end of the day, they did it. I don't care if they get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, 100 years. Guess what? I'm going to always feel like as a mother, as a woman, I'm going to always feel.
This motherfucker trying to make these kids 12 years old. 12 years old. All three of them. I blame the parents. Blame the parents. I mean, come on. 12 years old. I know when I was 12 years old, I wasn't even thinking about shit like that. Didn't even know about it. And you committing rape, shoving rocks in her mouth and shit? God almighty. Now, aunts say, well, when they were running the train on you, it's like, Jesus Christ, woman, you're not helping. You might just want to shut up. Yeah, I mean, this is a fucking sick-ass world we living in nowadays. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said, technology's great. I mean, when I was growing up, who ever thought I'd be sitting in a room with a camera in front of me talking to people, all the way in Australia. I never thought that growing up. I mean, fuck, we didn't even have, we had landlines. We didn't have computers. Technology is great. But technology, I believe, is making, and you think as much as technology's out there, people will be getting smarter. I feel like it's making people dumber. These kids nowadays, they don't know how to do shit without a computer. They don't know how to look shit up in libraries. They don't know how to do nothing. They just fucking, they don't have to type it in. They just ask, say it and ask it and it pulls it up. They don't even have to write their own reports. They use AI for that shit. It's making people dumb. Making these younger generations dumb. I said, you want to shut down this younger generation? All I got to do is shut the internet off. These motherfuckers will lose their mind. Lose their mind. Won't know what to do. They will not be able to survive. This younger generation could not survive without the internet. Shut the internet down. They will fucking just lose their shit completely. I mean, I don't know if y'all agree or not, but I think the technology is just making the younger generation dumber because they don't have to do nothing for themselves anymore. And they're being this younger generation. I guarantee these little boys have been watching some kind of pornographic stuff to learn stuff like that. Because it's all over the internet. I was growing up my age, you didn't have the internet, so you didn't have all that. I mean, they had dirty magazines, but that was hard to get your hands on it. And it's just, nowadays, I mean, they have pornographic stuff constantly. I mean, it don't even have to be hardcore porn. You just turn TikTok on. They got bitches on there, shaking their ass in thongs, bent over and shit like that, and just all kind of shit. 12 years old, these young kids are looking at that shit because a lot of these parents, I guarantee you, like this kid's parent, his dad, he's taking care of him, obviously he wasn't. They throw iPads or phones in front of them and let that raise them because they don't want to be bothered with the kids. They're going to sit down when he sits, I know it's not the funnest thing. Turn the TV off every night. What we used to do. We still had TV, but every night when I was growing up as a child, we sat down at the dinner table with the TV turned off, and we had dinner as a family. And we were able to talk freely to an extent, as long as we were not being rude or nasty or nothing with our parents. But we talked about politics. We talked about all kind of stuff, like grown-ups. And my parents engaged with us every night for what? 45 minutes, maybe an hour, and we just have conversations. No TV, no telephone, no nothing like that, and have dinner. Just that right there, I think, would make a big difference in these kids' lives. Half these parents don't even know what their kids are doing anymore. They don't know who they're talking to. I mean, look at the technology's been a godsend for pedophiles. I mean, thank God the sheriff's office out here, Louis Perry Sheriff's Office, is they have a full-time, internet people. They work with the state and AG and all that. And everybody's like, there's a lot of pedophiles they're always arresting out there in Livingston Parish. They're everywhere. Livingston Parish, the sheriff's office, they just got people arresting them constantly because they're constantly trying to take these people off the street. They're everywhere. If you want to see something scary, go wherever y'all are at and go on a computer and look up your pedophile registry in your area. And I bet you when them dots start popping up around you, you can be like, oh my God, you did not know they had that many perverted degenerates around you. Go do it. It's not hard to do. So, yeah, I blame the parents. The 15-year-olds and stuff like that over there, they knew better. I guarantee that 12-year-old knew better. But I blame the parents because kids are growing up with no discipline, they have no consequences for their actions because their parents they don't punish them no more, nothing like that. They just don't do it. So I blame the parents. But at some point, you can't just say, the poor kids because they were raised up like this, 15 years old, even 12. When I was 12, I knew, your frontal cortex your frontal cortex don't finish developing until you're damn near 30 to make decent decisions. But at 15, even 12, you know what's right and wrong. You know what you should and shouldn't do. So the parents are a big part of it, but at some point, these people need to take responsibility for themselves also. So, well, thanks for calling me wise, JJ. Y'all just usually hear me bitch and complain and cuss all the time. So I don't feel sorry for these kids. They made that choice, but I think the parents have a lot of responsibility. I mean, look at the kid's aunt. I mean, my God, y'all. I don't know how it is in Australia and stuff in other countries, but I mean, you people here in these states, man. Come on, y'all know. You go to the store. I mean, I still work on the streets out there as a cop. It's like, my God, it's like a war zone. Some of these places, especially hearing the kids talk and everything like that. It's horrible. So let's vote on some hot nuts. My hot nut. My hot nut is I'm going to go with Miss Melissa Knut, because besides screwing the inmate, she lied about it and tried to get the guy in trouble to save her own ass. So let's do her as a hot nut, in my opinion. So what do y'all think? We got the two correctional officers we can use for hot nuts, the major and the lieutenant. The nurse. Let's go off of them three. Who y'all want? Says hers is Miss Nut also. She tried to lie and get this man to catch a felony, a sexual assault felony, just trying to save her own ass. Yeah, with the silent K. And Kelly's agreeing. So she's most like she's gonna win our hot nut. Pull her picture up. What video was that? The number 4. I think so. Let me see.
A nurse has been sentenced to prison.
Yeah, let's pull her picture up. Let me move myself. There she is. There's our hot nut. It's Melissa Nutskin. The DeRitter, yeah. We didn't talk about that story. Panty sniffer.
Would be disappointed if you knew who he was. Hot nut of the week. Who does that? Your brain is made of nuts. You must have eaten Danny cum cakes to be a hot nut like you. Shit, you such a hot nut. I think you have birdseed on your face. Free birds, stop nutting on them. Holstera, put that up. I said no, you can't nut on them. Damn bots, don't do that, you nasty fuckers. Hot nut gets the crew excited as you.
That's definitely her.
It's only for a week, do better. Hot nut.
She wasn't gorgeous, but she wasn't a bad looking woman. I'm sure she could have found a date somewhere.
You are a fucking hot nut.
This dude's in drug court. He's in drug court. That means he's a dope head. So that's what you want. Let's hook up with a dope head. That's what you always want to do. Let's hook up with some dope head. They might be. Holstera probably will. Like I said, this was an off night, and like I said, he did have a death in his family, so he might be dealing with that. Because I thought he was coming, because I talked to him on my way home last night. So, but y'all know he works night, and I think he's been hitting some overtime too. JoJo says good-looking women are the most dangerous. Sometimes, they will get you in trouble. Somebody used to ask me, somebody said from a long time ago, it's like, nah, I would let a fat, ugly woman off with a warning before I'd let a good-looking chick off with a warning when I was doing traffic stops and stuff like that. Why? That don't make sense. Yes, it does. Because let me tell you what, because I got burnt before. I used to give a whole lot of warnings and stuff, and I gave this woman, she was an attractive woman, I gave her a warning, said, look, just slow down. Next thing you know, I got called in and got accused of flirting. Besides, I gave this bitch a warning, then she had the nerve to call in and complain on me when I didn't even do it. So really, that kind of fucked it up for everybody, because after that, I just didn't give no warnings. If I stopped you, you fucking got a ticket. Everybody. Yeah. I was that asshole. I wrote every month. If I pulled you over, you got a fucking ticket. Period. Because nobody's going to say that I was flirting and did this. Fuck that. Everybody got a ticket. So, because people do shit like that. Well, William, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to do one this weekend. I don't know if I'll do it live or just put it out. We'll see what kind of time I have. or how I feel tomorrow afternoon when I get home too. Make sure I ain't tired. Because people are freaking insane. Totally insane. I watched this body cam video today that I want to do just a review of this one body cam. I'm not gonna do a whole episode, but I'll do a review of this one body cam because I was like, wow. So might do that too. I need to be more active. Get off my lazy ass. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. Y'all the reason I keep doing this. Because if not, I just wouldn't do it talking to myself. Y'all stay safe. Watch y'all's back. Watch y'all's partners back. And I'll see y'all really soon.
Hope y'all were entertained at your laughs. If you were offended, fuck off. The crew hopes to see you back next week. Same time, same place, bring a friend or foe. We are the lions, kings of the jungle. We don't take no shit. Were you offended by the podcast? Too much cursing, not PC enough. Well, fuck your feelings.